little bit about, from the journalistic standpoint, how you view your magazine compared to the mainstream. Because what I hear, and I hear a lot, because we do get a lot of people coming through this program, the TV stations, the newspapers, all kind of look out. And because I used to work at NBC 12 and CW, I would hear and know certain things. The way that they look at you and your organization is in very high regard. When did you notice that they were starting to look at you and take you serious as well?
Are you talking about recently with the?
Well, that's it. Okay, we're going to get to that one right
Okay.
there. But at what point, 2014, 15, did you realize, hey, the mainstream media is kind of taking what we're doing or looking at us?
Well, I think in 2009 when the city adopted RVA, because I met with them, and they were like, "We're going to start a campaign and put RVA on everything." And then my first realization of the city taking it seriously when I went to take out the trash and I saw a big RVA sticker on the trash truck. And I called my partner up and I was like,
We're good.
"What?" I was like, "What's going on, man?" And then we were also part of the Richmond Mural Project. So once we started putting up all these murals around town, and then I felt like the media in town started taking us seriously as an arts kind of advocate, because once these international artists came to town, the murals happened, and then all of a sudden the city went from a place where it was illegal to put up murals, because it was
Oh,
downtown. It was because of the graffiti problem that happened earlier. So they had a ban on any kind of art on the buildings, and then the mural project happened, and now you see murals everywhere. And a lot of it now is local, which is great.
I just ran across one yesterday with John Lewis.
Yeah.
Um, and, I was just riding by and saw that, and I had to post that. So, how does a person, you guys get iconic photos. Real quick, we got to give a shout out to Cheats, to Mark.
Yeah, our mutual friend
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah. Shout out to Cheats and the Cheats movement.
Yes.
Mark Cheatham has always been great to me, and the things that I wanted, that I want to do. He's the guy who puts on him and the Cheats movement is, they do things down, perfectly from the way I look at it. And I want to give him a shout out and thanks for kind of bringing you
Yeah.
to our attention. So talk a little bit about how uh, photos end up with you and get published. Do you
Well,
find them, or do people send them to you and submit them saying, "Hey, I got this really great shot"?
well, at the beginning, it was us finding people, and then having a magazine as a platform, as a draw. People want to see their stuff in print, and so over the years, uh, I must have interviewed, and us as a team. I mean, we have to be close to like over 1,000 people that we've interviewed, in the art world, in the photography world, in Virginia, and so that kind of snowballs. And then recently, us having the Instagram platform, and we got a photo sent with the police car on fire. At the very beginning, on the night that the protests happened for George Floyd, and that just kind of like fed into everybody else sending us stuff. So it actually it's been really interesting because it's more citizen journalism. As COVID has gutted media in general in terms of advertising. You either see like really small skeleton crews now working overtime, like 3 or 4 people working on a paper, which you're seeing all over the place, or you're seeing the platforms open up and allowing citizen journalism to kind of feed into it. Now, how do you offset that and try not to let it be biased? You just show the photos and kind of explain the scene and try to keep the politics out of it as much as you can. Of course, people know that we're going to lean one way. We're progressive. There's no doubt about it.
Kind of
Right?
like this show.
Kind of like the show, Mike, and I appreciate you having me on.
In the
But
middle of all the conservative stuff that goes on, shout out to the station and all of our listeners. We just like to say, thank you for listening to us. I know some of the views expressed here are a little bit different than you're used to hearing, but everyone's welcome. So the time is 1:21. Got to go away for a minute or two.